guards stepping in to save a life after a man was shot near a gentleman's club. Tonight, new surveillance video showing the moments the victim showed up to the Blue Flame Lounge in Northwest Atlanta. Atlanta News First Tori Cooper spoke to the security guard who jumped in to help. She's live from Atlanta Police Headquarters with details on how employees actually saved a life. Tori.
Well, Alan, the security guard that I spoke to says once he realized that the man was wounded, he didn't think, he just acted. This new surveillance video shows the moments a man is in need of life-saving help outside the Blue Flame Lounge early Sunday morning.
A car pulls up and the guy hops out and he's visibly in, distress. He's shot.
Trevor Young, the head of security, says after this man in the silver truck arrived to the lounge, he quickly realized he was shot multiple times when he got out and was stumbling around.
We saw it, we got a tourniquet, we tied it around his leg, we marked the time, and we called 911.
Police say the man was shot somewhere else before driving to the Blue Flame parking lot and was alert when he was finally taken to Grady Hospital. Investigators still don't know where he was shot, but Young says he's glad he knew what to do in this moment.
To be honest, we've been attending the mayor's Stop the Bleed and all of these courses, so when the opportunity arose, we knew what to do.
Stop the Bleed is a training course offered quarterly to local businesses through the city of Atlanta.
You're going to get gauze, clean cloth, maybe even a t-shirt, pretty much whatever you have. You're going to cover that wound and you're going to hold pressure.
It trains people without medical backgrounds how to recognize and stop life-threatening bleeding. Young says all 20 security guards at Blue Flame Lounge have taken the course 4 times in the last year. He says the area around the Blue Flame has seen a significant amount of crime, but Sunday morning was a change of pace.
Because a lot of times when there's shootings or things that happen in the area, it's always the Blue Flame. So if it happens at the gas station or across the street or even at the Burger King, it's a shooting at the Blue Flame. And they always associate the problems to us, and it doesn't always come from us.
They were still ready when tragedy pulled up right to their door.
And in this case, it came to us, and we jumped into action.
Now, at last check, police were still looking for the person responsible, and the victim was still recovering in the hospital. Reporting live in downtown Atlanta, outside Atlanta Police Headquarters tonight, I'm Tori Cooper, Atlanta News First.
A little bit